My name is Sherri Everett, and I am the Impact Ministry Assistant at Christ Church. My first experience with church as an adult was with a brand new church plant in my neighborhood. And I had a lot of misconceptions and just false ideas about what I thought church should look and feel like. And I really desired to be a part of a community that was small, somewhere where I could be comfortable, a place that was inviting. And I found that in a church plant. I found a place that was safe for me, where I could ask really hard questions, where I could learn, where I could grow, and where I was able to experience Jesus for the first time. And I am so excited for our community to experience that. For the past 2 years, I've been serving our community through our Right Here, Right Now program. Many of the working families that we serve through Right Here, Right Now work in either the food or the retail industry, and so they're not always able to consistently attend a Sunday morning worship service. This Thursday night service would provide an opportunity for us to meet the unchurched people in our area that we're already serving, that we're already ministering to, exactly where they are. Most of these families have never been a part of a church before, or even ever been to church. And for those of them that have, they've been really wounded by church in the past. This Thursday night initiative would really give people a different view of church. It would enable them to be able to rethink the idea of what church is and what it should look like and feel like. I'm so excited that Christ Church is able to offer an environment for people to experience church in a non-traditional atmosphere and discover completeness in Christ in the same way that I discovered that through a new church plant.
My name's Christina. I'm a member here at Christ Church. When I first heard of the initiative to plant a new worship service on Thursdays, I got excited. I got excited for a couple of reasons. For me personally, this was a potential answer to a 17-year prayer. I am a nurse. I love my job. I love where I work. But like many other healthcare professionals, we work weekends. The hospitals don't close. So in the position I have now, in the unit I work in, we rotate and I work every third weekend. So for 2 Sundays, we come to church as a family. And then the third Sunday, my family comes without me. And this has gone on for 17 years. So I'm super excited to think of all the people that can't be at church on Sundays for whatever reason would have the opportunity to be able to worship and grow and serve every week of the year. The second reason I was excited took me back a few years in my thoughts. Adam and I were just starting our spiritual walk. It was 22 years ago. We were just starting a family and we were unchurched. We were open, we were seeking, we were searching for the truth. And it was a non-traditional church plant in Phoenix, Arizona that reached us for Christ. It was crazy. They met in a movie theater. And it was the first time that Adam and I experienced a church community, a place where we could hear and learn the gospel, and it changed our lives. I'm super excited to think about the people in our community that we wouldn't come to a Sunday night service, but would be open to come to a Thursday night worship service.
My name is Adam. I'm the Trips and Events Coordinator for the Student Ministry Team here at Christ Church of Oronogo. Sports are really popular in this area, and a lot of people are busy on weekends, traveling to tournaments and doing different things like that. And this Thursday night initiative gives families an opportunity to come to church where they normally wouldn't be able to go to church. When I first heard about the Thursday night initiative, I became instantly excited because of those possibilities, because my family, like most families around here, was very involved in sports. I have 3 beautiful daughters. They're all in college now, but when they were in grade school and junior high and college, they played sports all year long. They played softball, basketball, cross country, track, and it became very difficult to manage. We often had to choose between church and playing sports, and it was hard. We tried to grow our kids up in the church, and it became confusing. There was guilt, there was resentment. The guilt in choosing sports over church, and the confusing part is we're telling our kids church is important, yet we're going to sports. Then it got to be where there'd be have a resentment where one child would be resentful for the other child because they're making a missed church or a church activity because we're going to sporting events. In order to overcome this resentment, my wife and I had to divide and conquer. So one of us would take the kids to the church and the other one would take the kids to sporting events. And that created a whole different set of consequences on its own. This should have been a period of time in our life when we were excited going to church, excited for our children playing sports and having these experiences together, and we weren't able to share that together. Thinking back on those experiences, it would have been awesome to have a church night on Thursday night. We could have taken our daughter's teammates to come to church with us. We could have brought in the coaches with us, maybe even the families. It would have created such a great community within our team, and we would have been able to share Jesus together as well as sports, and that would have been an awesome experience. If this is your family or you know another family that this is your experience right now where you're so busy on weekends with sports or any activities like that and you're just not able to go to church and you're missing out on that experience, you're not able to experience Jesus as a family, you're not being able to have that community of Christ with your family and your fellow teammates and your friends, would you consider making Thursday nights your church home? Would you consider inviting a friend that's going through that to make that the church home and going to church with them together? I think you could make a difference in somebody's life.